Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to FTB Interactions. So, I'm actually recording this video a little bit later than intended. Tuesday, I was going to record it, and then I ended up getting just a splitting headache that lasted most of the day, so I ended up just sleeping it off, and I felt horrible, like, all day. And then Wednesday was my birthday, so I didn't really get a whole lot of stuff done on Wednesday either. But anyways, we're going to be finishing up our servitor this episode for our bases. We have two bases to check out. First up, we're going to be checking out Sneaky Serafin and Psiraven's base, and then next up we're going to be checking out Fur 3 Fry's base. So first up, Sneaky Serafin and Psiraven's. This is actually a hub that connects over to their main base, because their main base is in the sky blocks. And this right here, it looks like there's the start of a build coming together here in the overworld. Maybe it's going to be something, but this actually just leads down into a little tin mine down under the ground here. But if we go up through here and we enter their portal, we're going to enter their base proper, and this is their main base. Dun, dun, dun. And it's actually pretty big from what I've heard. So we've got a bit to cover. But starting in this main hub area, which it kind of looks like, it kind of has like a techie feel. It has a lot of like black stained glass, factory blocks, and then factory blocks and Futura blocks. So I have a feeling it's a very tech-based build, which is actually quite befitting, I think, of Greg Tech. So right down here is, of course, their bedrock for, I guess this was actually where the bedrock was originally placed in the skyblock. So this would have been like where they started probably. And right over there, of course, is their Nether Portal. And these right here, these are task screens. And we're actually going to be getting into these here soon. This is something I didn't know, and just until recently, that these things existed, and they're actually pretty cool. They're added with Ftb Quests, and basically you can link quests to them. So the Ender Chest is on their task screen, and then like over here, there's an extruder, multi-smelter, digital mob agonizer, the attunement altar, and so basically you can bind things to this almost like a to-do board, which is pretty neat. I do quite like that. And then Tier 3 storage module, which it looks like they've done it, because you can see there's quest completion there. I'm not sure if that means they're wanting more of them, or if that was just something that got finished here recently. And then creative storage key, and there's God's plan. This actually shows the entire tab and their completion, which is pretty neat. And you can see the quests that they've done and the quests that are left. It looks like they have each tab, which is a pretty good idea. I may have to set something up like that. And then it tells you your percentage, and it tells you, I guess this, I think this changes as you complete things. So I'm guessing, like, yeah, there's the coagulated plant ball. And I think if they were to complete that, which it'll be my first time messing with these task screens and progress screens, but I'm not for sure, but I think it auto updates that, I think. But we're gonna find out, because that's something I didn't even realize just until recently, that these things even existed. So, and they're pretty neat. They are pretty neat. So we're gonna be checking those out here very, very soon. Okay, so if we head on behind the entrance portal, we come into like kind of like a walkway. There's clear glass up here, and I'm not sure what this is. This looks like a storage terminal. I'm assuming this is their Thaumcraft area. If I had to guess, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm pretty sure it is. So, and I guess this teleporter leads over to the hub area. Yeah. No, it leads over to here. Where does this teleporter lead then? That is the question. Well, it also leads over to the Thaumcraft area. It leads to the Thaumcraft area, and that one takes us back over to here. So, all right, let's go in this direction, which I think this direction leads over to the farms. And then we have like a little kitchen area in here for doing all the cooking and all that stuff. And then through here, wood plank production. Which, speaking of, I've got to get an auto set up. We're going to be doing some upgrades to the tree farm here soon and adding a cutting saw. I'm going to set one of these up. Probably it's just decorative because we got the sawmill now from, the Greg Tech sawmill. And so we'll probably just move over to that completely. But astral sorcery area, and then another astral sorcery thing. I'm not really sure what this one's for. I have no clue. And then if we head on down through here, there is animal farm for sheep, pigs, cows, and chickens. Which I'm actually wondering, my sheep all despawned, I think. I don't think it was lightning that killed them. And so I'm wondering if my pen was too big, though it wasn't really too much bigger than this one. I'm not sure, because I know if it's too big, I think it's a vanilla thing where they can despawn, but I don't know. I've got to get more animals, but I haven't really necessarily needed them, and I think we're going to do some ground trap automation here soon, so I don't know if we'll go full throttle into animal farms or just have the ground traps. But anyways, back in here is crop farms and specter wood, crystal wood. Let me grab, yeah, actually the sun's coming up, so that's good. I was about to change it today, but and then down through here we have all the different, I don't know if it's all the different crop farms, but it's a bunch of different crops that are added through here. Little plots for each one, and it looks like there's chests with the items. Yeah, there's chests where they've been harvesting the stuff for each individual plot. So, and then the trees on the outer sides there. Let's head. This looks like all just empty space, which we'll see a little bit better once the sun comes up. But I think this is all just area that is here for further expansions, right? If we head over to here, this looks like the factory part of their base. And I think we can get an entrance right here. Coke oven. Okay, this looks like where coke ovens used to be. And has since been removed. Of course, you use the coke oven blocks to make the improved coke ovens. So, and then over here is seared furnace for smelting, and then blast furnaces, and then the melters. And this is a lava system that connects up to a dynamic tank. And let's see. And then right here is lots of modular storages for like ores. There's ores. And then nether ores, storage, weapons, armor, tools, thaumcraft, blood magic, food, dyes, unsorted stuff. And then a whole bunch more modular storages for future upgrades. So yeah, the tier 3 storage module, they have definitely made these. And not just recently either, because you could tell, I mean, all this stuff has tier 3 storage modules, and it looks like they've definitely just leaving it up there as kind of a to-do board, it seems like. And then caches with a few things in here, storage terminal to access lots of things through this, and you can see where all it connects to, the different caches, the modular storages, and all these different machine controllers and all that. Which that's actually a pretty good method. RF Tools storage which is what they're going with. RF Tools storage is actually pretty effective for just like a general dump system, Caches are nice if you want something kind of like a drawer system where you have like a lot of storage of one specific item, whereas modular storage is kind of like doing a system like this is kind of like the mod Easy Storage, where you can dump everything, except you can actually organize it much better than with easy storage, because easy storage, it literally just dumps everything in there, you know. And then over here we have the blast furnace, which this stuff isn't plugged up at the moment. The polarizer, assembling machine, canning machine. So I'm assuming that steam was ran down here or over here, or maybe sent via tanks or something. I'm not for sure. This is actually set up for the golems for Thaumcraft. We're going to be getting into those soon. That's actually a multi-block that hasn't been formed yet. It'll form once you use Salus Mundus on it. But I'm actually not sure if you can use a very damaged anvil. I want to say no, but maybe so. I think it has to be like a complete anvil, but I'm not for sure. I don't guess I've ever actually tried it with a very damaged anvil. So, and then over here is a melter set up for ingots, clay kiln. This is like a lot of the early automation. This is automation for the squeezer, where you use slime blocks and an armor stand to mash it down. Originally, I was actually planning on setting one of these up, but we didn't actually use the squeezer all that long, or all that much, so I never bothered with it. Modular storage here with a tier 2, and then over here we have 16 times 10 wire, and then up there is steam tank that runs back through there. We're about to go upstairs here in just a second. I'm actually curious if there's an elevator that goes downstairs. Maybe not. I'm not sure if there is anything downstairs from here. Oh, and here's a... Okay, the walkway runs around is what it does. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything downstairs. But there is stuff upstairs, so we're about to pop up there. But these are like just general machines. I don't think there's any automation going on in here. This is kind of like a workshop, hands-on machine stuff, which I've got to craft more machines at my base for doing that kind of thing. But right now, I just kind of run everything through the automatic ones. And then right here is Mana Splitter, stocking mana from the mana system, it looks like. And then if we head upstairs, we have... This looks like all the tanks. So we got liquid starlight here, ethanol, glue, nothing and nothing in those. Then right here is steam. And then we've got water. This looks like glue. Okay, it's a lubricant in that one. And then nothing, nothing. And it looks like they're using a petropetunia, which actually just eats fuel. You can see this is eating through creosote oil and producing mana. So the petropetunia is like the other option for making mana early game, apart from the dandelion. It's a little bit easier to automate, produces a little bit less mana per cycle, or quite a bit mana less per cycle than the dandelion, but also easier to automate. You don't need a big setup for that. It can be something really compact like this. So it is really useful for that, and especially for eating, you know, the leftover creosote if you have excess of that. Of course, that's what we use for the steam production, but if you're using, say, the coal coke for steam production, you're going to have more, you know, extra creosote. So, and then there's some kind of a lava production up here. We're about to take a look at that and see what they're doing for that. Probably cooking, yeah, it's a light well that's cooking down magma blocks and producing lava. And so you could see right here is a chest with a bunch of netherrack and magma blocks to fill that with lava. So, and then over here we have, looks to be a ground trap setup. Yes, it is. And it is using olives. I know I saw Psiraven talking about this, so I'm kind of familiar with what he's doing. Basically, he's just centrifuging those olives, and then they break down and you get... bait, and then you also get I don't remember what this, cooking oil. You get cooking oil and bait from centrifuging those olives. Kind of like whenever we centrifuged the soybeans, you know, you get a bait from that whenever you're making that tofu, because we're gonna be automating that, and that's how we're gonna automate our ground traps, or at least part of them. There's different baits. There's 3 different baits for the ground traps. So ideally, we'll probably want all 3 automated. But that'll be kind of the first step. And I think olives is a really good one for the, I think it's fruit traps, yeah, or fruit bait. And then the soybeans are, I believe, veggie bait or grain bait. I can't remember. But And then if we pop over to here, this is the steam production system. So I see a distillery. It's taking that creosote oil and it's creating lubricant with it. And then steam turbine. This is a boiler that's running. And let's see. Actually, it looks like it's running off of creosote as well. So I'm assuming that... Okay, right up... Oh, okay. They've got a massive setup for making creosote and coal coke. So they've got 2 and 4 on the coke oven. So that's how they're running this and running the petropetunia down below. Because they have a bit more creosote production than what I've got producing. So let's see. Right here is raw rubber pulp with a chemical reactor. And then, let's see, sticky resin being centrifuged for that rubber pulp. And then the resulting glue being pumped out to here. Over here is fermented biomass. It's producing ethanol. We'll get into a little bit of that stuff soon enough. Because we're about to start into lots and lots of fluids. I'm probably not going to be doing that till we hit AE2. Because we're actually not too far from hitting AE2. Once we start going into space. I mean, technically, we could actually make an AE2 system right now. But we couldn't do the automation aspect of it. You know, we've actually got a lot of the AE2 stuff from dungeons already. But, or a bit of it. I say a lot of it, but it's, in the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot of it. It's a bit of it, though. But we're going to be starting into AE2 fairly soon. Whenever we do, we're going to be automating all the fluids. You know, because there's actually this tab right here that has just all kinds of fluids in it. That's something that we're going to want to start automating. Getting those fluids out of the way will make our lives a whole lot easier, basically. And then if we head upstairs, we have, of course, the coal coke setup. And then all the different trees that they're farming with the tree beacons. They've got a few different kinds. They've got like Murray pine, mineral. There's olives, enriched mineral, oak, olive, rubber, spruce, and mineral, and oak, and birch, and so on and so forth. But olives, acacia, paper bark. That's actually a really good one to get on there because it's free paper without any kind of processing line. So, and then actually I think the sapling should be easy to make because I think it just takes paper. Yeah, it just takes paper and saplings to craft those, and it's basically infinite paper. But we're not making the cables with paper anymore, so and it's actually, paper's not too bad to make because sugar cane grows to like 1,000,000 blocks high, and one sugar cane, break that, well, you know, once every few days, and you have a few stacks of paper. But you can do the paper bark saplings as well. So, but anyways, with that, I believe we have covered everything in their base at the moment. And I do quite like it because it's coming along nicely, and you know, they're kind of taking their time and building and having fun with it. So I do quite love that, and I'm looking forward to how this build develops. I think it's looking really, really good so far, and it kind of has that really like high-tech-y, futuristic kind of feel that actually kind of fits into a Skyblock type build, I think. So, and I do quite like the color schemes. These are crag rocks, by the way, from Traverse. So, which, are they craftable, or did you actually manage to find... These biomes are always super rare, and I always look for them. I'm assuming that they found one. No, you can actually make crag rock cobblestone. Oh, this is a new recipe. I don't remember this. Oh, you can actually EMC crag rock cobblestone. Okay, well, there you go. That's how they got it, probably. I didn't even realize that was EMCable, to be honest with you. I know there's a lot of cobblestones, but I just assume that most of them are the dyed versions, just at a glance, and I haven't actually dug through there and seen, but that's pretty cool. I don't have any current plans for crag rock in my build, but I might, now that I know it's EMCable in this pack. Of course, the recipe, I don't... that must be a new recipe addition to Traverse, because I know... What was it? Sevtech. It was a pain to find crag rock. And I would have noticed then, because I needed it for builds and I couldn't find any and I had to look around forever. I would have noticed if there was a recipe. But that's a recipe that's added by Traverse, so it must be a new thing. So, which Traverse is in the mod pack I'm working on, but I hadn't noticed that recipe. I've been adding recipes for a lot of the different uncraftable things, so if you want to build with them, you can, but I didn't notice that was a thing. But so anyways, once again, this has been Sneaky Serafin and Psiraven's base that they're working on together, and I do quite like it. It's coming along nicely, and I love this hub. This little hub entrance area is great. Okay, and then last up for the server tour, we have Fur 3 Fries base, which we're going to be coming in from over here and flying in towards the base. It is right over here. And it looks to be a massive ship, right? That's coming together like a carrier, like an airship carrier. And you can see from the top, that's what it is. It's a massive airship. I mean, what's that called? Not airship, but yeah, the thing. The thing that launches planes and stuff. So this thing is really, really cool. He said that the hull design is by Jag Thunder 1. And he said, the build's still very much a work in progress, but it's coming along very, very nicely. This is gray cobblestone, white cobblestone. That's a good use of that because, of course, you can EMC all of that stuff. So it's pretty easy to obtain. And then I see factory block stairs down through here. And there's like little walkways along the edge that kind of run through here. And then we'll go inside the ship here in just a second. But I want to cover the top first. But then you can see red cobblestone, yellow cobblestone there. Wow. This is pretty impressive, I have to say. This is pretty cool. I always love the server tours because you can see some really cool bases that are coming together. And then up here, it's like the control, like the central control area or whatever it's called. That looks like, I'm assuming, Nether Portal? Yeah, Nether Portal. And if we head up inside of here, yeah, I think this is all probably just work in progress area, but let's see. Not sure where the stairs are that go up, but wow, this is pretty cool, I have to say. Okay, yeah, and then there's some portals, which I imagine probably go down into the main section, because it seems like probably the main area is down below us. And then this is fort blocks. Up here, and then posts and poles with fort blocks from Architecture Craft. Yeah, and then the little radio tower part that's coming together up here. So this is really, really cool, I have to say. And then if we head down, which I'm not sure if there's stairs, but I think we can get down through here. Or maybe what's going to be a staircase there. Oh, there's a staircase over here that comes down. Well, yeah. Well, anyways, I think there is, I think I saw some stairs somewhere about. Yeah, right here would be stairs that would go down, and then this would connect down probably into here. But this is like the main hangar bay, it looks like. So I'm kind of curious if there's going to be like planes and stuff that are put in here. And maybe even like helicopters on top and stuff. That would be pretty awesome, I have to say. Which I know he said there's elevators. He custom made some elevators, and I've got to figure out where, because I want to check them out, because he did them with little tiles. Let's see. Oh, wow. That looks like where he's working at down there. Let's go. Oh, and then over here, looks like he's working. Yeah, here's his tree farm. Up at the front of this, and he's actually using just water It collects the stuff with water, and then it sends it down to here. And then he's got his strainers down here. This is pretty neat. And then all of his farming stuff is down through here. That's red rock and debarked incense cedarwood. And incense cedarwood planks, mineral wood. Oh man, this looks pretty cool. And then this is all fort blocks up through there. We'll go up there here in just a second, but let's check out his farm area. And lots of different Pam's crops. It's done in rows, which of course increases crop growth, and is probably plenty of the Pam stuff, I would say. And then smooth stone back in there. Factory blocks. I'm sure that's what that is. Yeah, factory blocks. Do we want to go down here or up here first? We'll go down here since we're already right here. And this looks like different little rooms. There's a mob farm right there with fans. And then I'm not sure if it's a manual mob farm or... Yeah, it's got wooden spikes, so it gets them down to a half heart. So it's like manual, so you can do wheel and stuff through it too. Over here is a little blood magic area, digital mob agonizer, steam turbine, which I'm assuming might be getting its steam through the fluid router for long distance, steam transfer, because it's great for that. We're going to be setting up some more long distance. Of course, I've got my steam ran through one of those, but we're going to be setting up more of a long distance one here soon. And then this looks like a little workshop area, steel crates set up for storage, and then blast furnace, and then over here another little bit of workshop. The different extruder pieces. I still haven't made an extruder. I'm going to here soon, so I can make like steel pipes and stuff easier. But and then there's a storage scanner that will access. Well, normally it would access all the stuff. Oh, it doesn't have RF. That's why. And then portable tanks with different fluids, all hardened, or not all hardened. These are basic ones, but a lot of these are hardened ones. And then some more machines over here. And then back in here, these are, I guess, just to access the back ends of stuff. But it looks like, yeah, there's some machines over here too. So, and then steam turbines for power production. I'm assuming this side accesses, yeah, the back side of the machines there. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this end. This end over here looks really, really finished. We're going to check that out here in just a second. But I want to check out... so I don't forget to check it out. This little area here is animal farms, with this little walkway that goes up above the farms. Animal farms, and this looks like a prison. And I'm curious what's going to go in here. Oh, and then there's a door. Is this done with? Yeah, this is done with little tiles. That's cool. That's really, really cool. I love little tiles. It's like the best thing ever for making doors and, different things like that. Oh, there's the cats in here. So I wonder if this is going to be like wolves over here. And then pigs, sheep, cows, and then probably other stuff over here. Other animals. But let's head back over here. And I've got to find those elevators as well, because I want to see those. But if we push on, actually above here, I don't think there's anything yet, but back in here, this is cool. I love all of this stuff. You could see lots of little tiles coming together. The Odin Frog, IH8 GT. Oh wow, look at this. This is all little tiles too. That's cool. And then this is all mist blocks up through here. And then steel pipes that run up. and kind of just plug into there. That's pretty cool. Pipes are something you always want for decor when it comes to doing your machines. And actually, Greg Tech's pipes look really, really good. So usually I'm stuck using like immersive engineerings, you know, but they're so big and bulky, they don't always fit nicely. These actually are really good looking. Then there's a mist cover, so there's something in here, I think. Either that or it's just there so it plugs in. I'm not for sure. Actually, though, I'm kind of betting that there's a tank inside of here, maybe. I'm not for sure. Yeah, I bet that's what it is, because there's the boiler right there, and I bet it's pumping the steam into this, and I bet there's a tank inside of here. I'll bet. And then up here looks like just general storage area. So this is kind of like a little working area, you can tell. And then over here is bricked bronze holes. About to do steam setup, or coal coke setup with those. So you can tell, like, the majority of the pieces are here. It's just got to get the final parts in. Aqueous accumulator to supply the water. That right there looks like a blast furnace. Yes. And then the steam setup and blast furnace there. And then here, right here, some finished coal coke production. I'm assuming maybe this is going to be another steam setup. So you got these two big steam tanks right there. And then if we head on up, I think this just links over... Oh no, the storage is above us. So this is going to be like a little hallway that overlooks this area. And over here at this like big... This is like the engine room. You can tell. RF tool screen that's telling what's in the turbines. So the amount of steam that's available. And yeah, and so that's what that's going to be, is another steam setup. And I'm assuming once, I know fur is still pretty early in, which, I mean, been focusing on building, which I love to see. I love to see it. But I imagine there's going to be, you know, the big multi-block turbines in here as well. I'm assuming so. But that is pretty awesome. I like that, like, engine room area. Let me pop up here. Oh, no, you know what it is? I know what it is. I was looking for, like, an elevator, and I forgot it's aircraft elevators. So if you click right here, see the elevator rises, and it brings the aircraft up. That's what it was. I was looking, this is really, really cool, right? I was looking for just like a small elevator, and then it was like, oh yeah, he said it was aircraft elevators. And then it brings it up to that that layer. So, and then if you want to send it back down, but yeah, so that all works, and that's really, really cool. And I believe they're all implemented, so you can use any of these aircraft elevators to bring the aircraft up and down. I love this. I love this aspect. Like, took it to a whole nother level with that, I think. And of course, once again, that's little tiles. See all the little things you can do with little tiles. It's just, it's honestly like mod of the year, like every year. It's just, it's so good. It's so good. I love to see stuff like this. Like, you could tell he's been playing a lot with little tiles on this build, which is cool to see. So, if we pop over here, I think, I'm actually fairly certain this one right here is an elevator as well. Yeah, that goes down right there. So, yeah. I love that. So, it's just it's an awesome job. Awesome job that he's done over here. I can't wait to see this build continue to develop. And I know Fur's on a lot working on this. So, and you know, taking his time through the progression aspect to work on the build, which is just awesome. I have to say, this build is very, very impressive. And those little tile elevators, just, it's a whole nother level, you know, with what they bring to the build, I think, because it's just, that interactive movement aspect is just cool. It's so, so cool. So, once again, this has been Fur 3 Fry's base. I'm super excited to see how the builds continue to develop, because of course this pack is a very long-term pack. I know I've mentioned this before. It's a very long-term pack, so we have lots of time to really, you know, push builds and stuff to a cool level. Plus there's little tiles, which just it's infinite possibility with little tiles. I mean, there's no if, and, or but about it. There's just so much you can do with it, with, you know, all the different features that it has. So, and I'm really happy to see some stuff coming together that's utilizing that a lot. Okay, I wasn't sure if those had little elevators that go down or not, but I think it's just these big aircraft. So he'll be able to build probably aircrafts on top of this and move it all with little tiles. So that is really, really cool. Really, really cool. So awesome job. Awesome job. I really like this. And so once again, Fur 3 Fry's base, the big aircraft carrier. That's what it's called, aircraft carrier. I was thinking like airship carrier. I don't know. But I really like this. It's excellent job. Excellent job. So, but yeah, so that's going to be it for the server tours this time around. We'll do more once we hit around episode 50. You know, if we're in the middle of a project or something, we'll postpone it, you know, an episode or two. But sometime around episode 50, we'll go back around and see how the bases have progressed and everything. So, which I know a lot of people that were on here, they stopped because there was something to do with turbines not working, like the later game. I think it's like the EV turbines or something. So a lot of people stopped for now, but I think there's plans to come back once those are fixed. But which I think actually the update for those that's going to fix them is coming up. So. But anyways, yeah, so that's going to be it for the build tours this time around. But we'll check all these out again here in the near future. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And show your love down in the comments for the builds. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, be sure and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to keep up to date with when new videos come out. And once again, this has been our FTB Interactions patron server tour number 1. So anyways, I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.